Hi, I'm Jack Schaub, broker here at Norris&Stevens, and this video is part of a series where our team hopes to help commercial property owners and tenants with questions they may have about their property, the market, deals, and commercial real estate in general. Today's question, how can I save money on my existing lease? The truth is that vacancies cost a landlord much more than people realize. There's the obvious loss of rental income, but there are additional costs associated with bringing in a new tenant. Money is spent on space improvements, lease concessions like free rent, legal and broker fees, and the reset of rent back to a base year. That means less rental appreciation and more. All of these dramatically affect a building's value and potentially the underwriting on it. Simply put, it's a much more intense hit to the landlord than just a few months of lost rental income. Additionally, other competing spaces and landlords can create competition, further driving the economics in a tenant's favor. The key is to utilize all of this in correct way to save a tenant money on their lease. When we work with a tenant to help renew their lease, our job is to create leverage at no cost to the tenant. I'd like to stress that again, there is no cost. And we're happy to discuss how a broker earns a fee at any time. First, we send out a request for a proposal to the landlord to get initial terms from them. Then we pull lease comps, survey competing properties, and calculate a dollar amount that a vacancy would cost the landlord if the tenant were to move. Finally, we create a punch list of important items for the tenant. This can be things like space improvements, caps on rent increases, free rent, rights to expand, etc. During this time, we also send out RFPs, and sometimes we tour competing properties to get backup proposals and create even more leverage. Once all of this information is together, we counter the landlord's proposal, and sometimes the other proposals from competing properties with all of the firepower we have. Coming from a broker, a landlord will know that the tenant is serious about negotiating the best possible lease terms, that we've done the math, and that they're up against other properties. In negotiating, there may be a few rounds of back and forth, and each time it becomes more and more important that we have the evidence and information to explain that the tenant's position is within market and that it is within the best interest of the landlord. Finally, once terms are agreed to, either a new lease is drafted or a lease addendum is created, and we can be certain that we've negotiated the best possible deal. Our team has saved tenants upwards of 30% on the total lease value and freed up the tenants to focus on their businesses, all, once again, at no cost. A common concern we do hear from tenants is that they are hesitant to use a broker to negotiate their lease because they're worried about negatively impacting their tenant-landlord relationship. Our job is not to create discord between you and your landlord, but the landlord's business is to lease space. So ask yourself, would my business charge less or below market for my products and services? Your business wouldn't, and the landlord is no different. We are here to make sure things go smoothly and that they're not taking advantage of the situation. So, whether it's this year or 5 years from now, if you're looking to save money on your lease or would like more information on the process and how we can help you, please reach out to myself, Jack Schaub, or my business partner, Matt Lyman, here at Norris&Stevens. Thanks.